Let's start with one of those. Crack them if you got them.
Crack them if you got them, son.
Crack them if you got them. Let's just get straight to business, though. Johnny Knoxville as the new Fear Factor host. Joe Rogan, 20 years ago, I think it was about 20 years ago that he was the host, ended up going on for a very successful year. So now what they're doing, they're kind of doing the opposite. Johnny Knoxville, super famous in the early 2000s, kind of fell out of the limelight now, but he's making his comeback. I think is it on Fox?
The funny thing about Fear Factor is this is actually the second reboot that they've done. If you remember, MTV did a reboot in 2017, 2018. They did a bunch of episodes. So it's like, okay, that rendition of Fear Factor is done. The Joe Rogan rendition's done. Now you bring in the Johnny Knoxville.
The time and in the era of streaming wars, Fox is going ahead and signing Johnny Knoxville to the new Fear Factor show, which I think is a big swing because ultimately it's playing up to the millennials. It's not playing up to the boomers. It can get a little bit of some of those young, rough Gen Xers out there who love Johnny Knoxville from his Jackass days. So this is typically a move to get those millennials to watch Fox and the new Fear Factor.
I'm totally intrigued. It's kind of one of those shows that was, for me, I think about game shows that are in similar categories like Price is Right, Jeopardy, and then you have Fear Factor. I respect them bringing it back. Fear Factor's been gone for way too long. I just wonder if they're going to be doing some of the weird shit that they kind of got banned from later on in the seasons. But to circle back to Johnny Knoxville, Jackass creator, huge in pop culture. Will it strike well with the new age generation?
And for sure, people might not, they didn't grow up with Knoxville like we grew up with Knoxville. Okay, we grew up in the CKY days, and I know Knoxville wasn't part of CKY, but Knoxville that's when this kind of shock humor was going at its height. Now everyone does it, right? Now any Joe Schmo can go into a shop, and it's still funny fucking with people. But Knoxville was in that time for us. So I think personally, like, CanFan's really going to enjoy the third rendition of Fear Factor because we have that connection with Knoxville.
But I just think that ultimately in an era of YouTube or streaming, this might not be the right move. I think Johnny Knoxville will 100% be better than Joe Rogan, R.I.P. He's actually not dead. He's a podcaster, but R.I.P. from being a host. I think Johnny Knoxville fits very, very well for a Fear Factor host on Fox, and I will be tuning in, even though I don't even think I actually subscribe to Fox on any of my streaming networks or cable networks. So I don't know how I'm actually going to watch it. I might have to either get it via streaming clips on YouTube, but I think Johnny Knoxville is a great pick for taking in this new era of people who want to watch Fear Factor because I think all the elements are there. You have the drama, you have the intensity of challenges. You have people like this guy right here thinking that he can go against the rats or the spiders or anybody.
I'll eat bull cock, I don't care.
He'll eat bull cock. And I think that Johnny Knoxville on Fox will actually take Fear Factor to a new era of people and fans alike. And I think at least...
But in terms of a host, he's a completely different fit than Rogan, right? Knoxville is like excited. He's probably going to have a lot more bigger reactions to what's happening, where Rogan was very stoic. I don't know if that's the right term, but Rogan didn't really emote a lot. You know, he was in it, and he was very, like, he would concentrate almost on what was happening and didn't really give you a lot. I think Rogan was a great host. I'm super interested, though, to see how Johnny Knoxville does do, and I am definitely going to be watching on Fox the new rendition here of Fear Factor. I'm stoked for it.
All the soft younger kids that didn't grow up with Jackass, didn't grow up with Fear Factor, it might be a bit too much. I just don't want to see a turned down soft version of Fear Factor. I want the nitty gritty. I want them eating donkey dick and like drinking couches and stuff like that. That's what I'm looking for. And spiders and snakes and shit.
We're going to see 6 seasons of Johnny Knoxville's Fear Factor. I don't even know what they're calling it, House of Fear Factor or whatever, but just like AJ said, I'll be tuning in and I'll be tuning up on Johnny Knoxville, watching Fear Factor on Fox.
Yeah, and I just double checked. It is on Fox. It's going to be on Fox.